Don't do this. Don't do that.
Alright, what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the Call of Duty comic book series. Now, the reason why I want to make a video about this is because it seems like me and a couple of other, zombies YouTubers are the only ones who are actually excited about this. Like, this didn't hype up the community in the way that I thought it would, and I kind of want to bring some hype. I want to make a video and kind of let you guys know what's going on about this comic, in case you don't really know, maybe you've heard about it, but you don't really know what it's all about, and you don't know all the aspects to it. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. So just as a brief recap, for the people who aren't aware, Call of Duty Zombies is actually making its own comic book series, which the first edition will be releasing in October. Now, you can pick this up at pretty much any comic book store, and I believe you can pre-order as far as I'm aware. And this was announced by Jason Blundell, and this should be going up soon. And this is probably going to be like our storyline stuff for until the next, to hold us over until the next Treyarch Zombies game, right? Like, they're going to be releasing these comics until we actually get our hands on the next Zombies installment of whatever Treyarch has to bring to the table this time around. But to be 100% honest with you guys, I'm not really much of a comic book guy. That is, like, I'm not really like a superhero comic book guy, but this changes things. This is Zombies, man. This completely shifts my perspective. I am going to be getting this. I'm going to be getting every single edition. I'm going to be pre-ordering it probably, and I'm very, very excited for this. And the reason why I'm so excited is because this comic book is going to fill in so many storyline gaps, or just so many things that we had wondered about in the storyline and that we never really got answers to, especially with the transit crew, which is going to be featured in this comic book. So the actual description for this comic book goes as follows. On his quest to secure an ancient artifact known as the Kronorium, Dr. Edward Richtofens enlists the help of the transit crew, a ragtag group of survivors last seen in Black Ops 2 Zombies installment Buried. On a deeply unstable and fractured future Earth, Stuhlinger, Misty, Russman, and Marlton battle for survival against the undead horde, as they slowly uncover the truth behind Richtofens' mysterious reappearance. The Call of Duty Zombies miniseries follows these characters' perilous journey of discovery, filling in crucial pieces of the larger zombie story. So basically, this is talking about kind of what happened maybe after Buried. Now, it says that this crew was last featured in Buried, but it doesn't say that the comic book is going to be taking place in Buried. So you guys remember in all the cutscenes, like especially during the Buried cutscene, you will see them in places that we never played in the map. Like, you get like these little cartoonish screenshots, and there's one like right here where they're in the water. Like, we've never been to these places actually in game. And then this is probably going to describe where they were when they were going between maps, and they were on this travel when they went from transit, they ended up in Die Rise, and they ended up in Buried. How did they get to these places? Probably going to be filling in the gaps in between, and how Richtofens actually came into contact with this crew, and why he's enlisted to him, how he got hold of the Kronorium, all that sort of stuff. And not only is this going to describe the transit crew's journey, but also Richtofens' journey and how he got a hold of the Kronorium. So basically, if you guys don't know, the Kronorium is the book, and this is basically guiding the entire storyline of Black Ops 3, this whole plan that Richtofens been, kind of putting into action by killing all the other characters, and this is kind of what the Kronorium's telling him to do most likely. And what's really interesting is, this is kind of a side note about the Kronorium, but Stuhlinger actually has the same outfit in transit and Die Rise, right? But then when you go to Buried, he's a little bit bloodier, and he has this book in his pocket, which is really, really interesting. And we're thinking that this is the Kronorium, as this is kind of like the last map in Buried where the transit crew's featured. And at the end, if you give Richtofens power, maybe he got a hold of the Kronorium from Samuel Stuhlinger. But this is probably going to describe how in between Die Rise and Buried, Samuel Stuhlinger actually got a hold of the Kronorium and why it's on his person. And I honestly cannot wait for this wrap up of the storyline of the transit crew, because we didn't really get a full conclusion to what happened to them. Well, we kind of assumed that they die at Round Infinity. When you're doing the Richtofens Easter egg in Buried, when you go to Round Infinity, you can see them down the ground, so it's obviously presumed that they ended up dead at some point. But this might actually explain, what happened after, if there was a future after, or it's going to fill in every single storyline gap about this transit crew, because they're rather mysterious, and they did play a big part in the zombie storyline, so I'm honestly really excited for this. But not only do I think it's going to describe the transit crew and Richtofens, but also, just based on the artwork on the front cover, I think this is also going to delve into the realm of the Apothecans. So you can see on the right here, this is kind of like the Margwa head, or like some sort of Apothecan, and I think this is going to describe the origins of them and where they actually came from, how they appeared in the zombie storyline, and had they been here the whole time, because they've only sort of recently appeared in Black Ops 3. I mean, we've had references of the Vril, or basically the Keepers, and since all the way back in World at War, I mean, that's been a thing, but we've never really had a Apothecan reference at all, except in Black Ops 3, and they've sort of only made their debut appearance, or the premiere appearance in this game, which is rather strange. All that stuff is known. Like, we know about the Keepers, characters, we know about the Apothecans, we know that Richtofens got the Kronorium, all that sort of stuff. But Jason said one thing very, very interesting about this comic book series. It was during an interview, and it said that this is potentially setting us up for the future. So I would be on the lookout. If you guys are getting this comic book miniseries, I would be on the lookout for any little Easter eggs or any little things that you could find that could be hinting towards the future of Treyarch Zombies, because obviously Zombies not done yet. As much as you guys say this storyline is being wrapped up, yes it is, but as long as Zombies is successful, they're going to keep doing it in some fashion. And definitely during the next Treyarch game, they're also going to have another Zombies mode. So whether this is a continuation off of this universe or storyline, I really don't know, but just be looking for something in the comic books, maybe not right away, but something at some point that is going to basically describe them setting up Zombies in the future. So that's pretty interesting. But anyway guys, that's going to be it for today. I want to see how hyped you guys are for this comic book series. If you're not hyped, I really don't know why, man. This has honestly got me so excited because I have so many questions that are going to be answered in this comic book, but I cannot wait for it. Like I said guys, you can pre-order this just about anywhere at any comic book store, but I believe it's going to be the first edition, or the first release is going to be in October as far as I'm aware. So anyway guys, that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for watching the video. I really do appreciate it guys. Let's go for 70 likes on this video, kind of spread awareness, get people to know about this comic book. But anyway guys, thank you all for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to do subscribe. That'd be awesome, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.